Welcome back to Brass Tacks, where we dive into strategy, tactics, and tough decision making in gaming. Today we're continuing our journey in This is the Police 2 with December 15. Let's go.
Jamie, Corey, great. Come help me move some papers from Sheriff Wells's office. A lot of papers and some other stuff too. Come on, guys, let's get moving.
Sheriff Wells' office? I thought we, aren't we not allowed to enter his office?
You don't need to go inside. Just wait in the hall. I'll take it all out and you can help get it downstairs. I'll get some twine or something to tie up the stacks of folders.
Sheriff Reed here?
Yeah, we're waiting for her. She asked me and Jamie to come help with her. Hey, what's that? Mold?
That? Oh yeah, that's black mold.
Yeah, I can see it's black. Has it been there for long?
You just noticing that? Then you better not look at the ceiling in the dining hall. Well, it's all rotten, from one end to the other. I always think the thing is gonna fall on me, like it's a race. Can I finish my sandwich before the ceiling finishes me?
Oh man. Yeah, can mold cause coughing? It's bad for your health, right? Some kind of toxin or something?
What? Hardly.
Oh man. Feels like I've been breathing in garbage. When was the last time we had repairs?
Repair? Are you kidding? This place has been falling apart for 40 years.
How old is this building? 80 years?
122.
That old? Are you sure?
You ever read the sign at the entrance?
You think I'm the kind of person who reads dumb signs?
Well, it's been right in front of your nose every morning for how long you worked here? 11 years?
Going on 13.
13 years? And you never looked at the sign? 13 years and you never noticed the black mold on the ceiling. And I heard from your wife that for 13 years you haven't,
Look, you want me to look at mold all these years? I don't even think it was there before.
It used to be white mold. Now it's black. These are different types of fungus. When the temperature...
Yeah, what's the fucking difference? Black or white? I've never seen white mold before, or black mold. And the floor didn't used to creak. Maybe we have termites. I do not want to fall through the floor one day.
Hey, you got a cigarette? Got a light?
A light? Sheriff Reed isn't going to be happy about smoking in the station.
Sheriff Reed doesn't have to know everything, right? It's me. Yeah, already done. She agreed. Very. No, that won't be necessary. No, let Marino bring me everything in writing, then I'll do it myself. Yes. Excellent.
Dulce didn't come to work. Luna didn't. Alice didn't. Not reading that Springer, no. Not reading it Plainview, no. Okay, the mystery of the missing corpse. I think I will have a leave investigate that, and we'll look into the troublemaker, I think. That's the one I'm gonna focus on. Then let's send flower pots to investigate the secret of the burning barrel, and we'll look closer at the farmer. Neckties base assault from Sean Moreno. The current Neckties headquarters is located out at the abandoned circus. In fact, they weren't even trying to hide. This place is so secluded, hidden deep in the forest, and the locals steer clear of the place, haunted as it is by a tragic story. Let me put you in contact with Adriana Puso. She's a former clown. She'll tell you about what happened, and she can help sketch a map of the area. Who could know the circus better than someone who lived and worked there? Plus, Major Davis Tricks, a former colleague of Colonel Henderson, will help We'll be helping to identify the vulnerable points in the headquarters defenses. As far as we know, the Major and Neckties have a personal score to settle. Alright? Assault with a deadly weapon at the registry office. An elderly man wanted to register his marriage to his Siberian cat. When the office refused, he pulls a revolver from his pocket. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with this group. Go. Pipe business from John Wharton. Mr. Nash, I conducted a routine inspection of the plumbing and water pipes at your station. I didn't see any problems that my duct tape couldn't fix. But I noticed that your hot water pipes are like new. I get a feeling that nobody uses hot water at your station, and there's no need to even have those pipes here. If you want, I can pull them out and take them to the scrap metal yard. Nobody will know a thing, and we'll both make some money. What do you think? No. You're gonna lose loyalty. Video theater from John Slater. Mr. Nash, things are going great at the theater. Here's your share, 413. Good. Neckties based assault from Adriana Puso. 10 years ago, me and the guys came to Sharpwood on tour. Our magician, Zoltan, was always telling us what a beautiful lake you have here. At first, everything was really nice and the public couldn't get enough of us. But then a child disappeared in the city, one of the girls in a local boarding house, and the residents somehow got it into their heads that the Felis brothers are clowns raped and killed the poor girl. All our people were taken into the forest to dig their own graves, and the Felis brothers were dragged out and hung from the mill, still in their makeup. I'm afraid I'll never forget that night. I'll be tormented by nightmares for the rest of my life. I was saved by a miracle, and every year I come to the circus, lay down some flowers, and remember my friends. Yesterday I decided I'd do this one last time, and then leave Sharpwood for good. But I couldn't get into the circus. Somebody built a fence around the tents and hid dangerous traps in the snow. And through the trees, I saw some people in coats scurrying about. You can't see what's going on inside past the fence, but I can draw you a map of the place. Alright. So we need to develop an assault plan. Can I do anything? No, I'll close it then. Neckties-based assault. Mr. Nash, I like to keep an eye on my wife, ex-wife to be precise, it's true. I hate the bitch, but she's still mine, you know? But she jumps into bed with every guy she meets. Every week it's a new day. But that guy in the red tie, he was the last straw. I can't get the sight of his dirty smirk out of my mind. At first I just thought I'd break into the house and waste a little shit. But I decided to keep my cool. I followed him to the forest and went down towards his old circus. Nobody's been out there for 10 years. That's what I thought anyhow. Turns out the circus is plenty busy, but I couldn't go in there alone. There were fags with guns walking around everywhere. We should check down there again and study the situation more closely. I need an intelligent cop who can watch my back, and what I really need is an Armagnac. I can't even think right now without a stiff drink. Alright, someone with high intelligence. Okay, Rosencrantz, go. Lizzie has been my faithful companion for 3 years now. For the first time in my life, I'm ready to formally announce our relationship, and you refuse on account of some ridiculous formality. The old man pounds the table with his revolver. His Serbian cat is sitting on his back. I ordered the man to put his weapon down. Wired 545. Yeah, that's the lowest.
531 complete.
The criminal obeyed the cop and surrendered to the police. His cat had to be given to an animal shelter. We got some tuna. Let's up your negotiation. Let's finish off your shooting. Let's finish off your stealth. Carjacking at Jameson Hill. The drunken man stole an excavator to clear a path in the snow to his friend's house. Do you guys have everything I think I need? I think you do, so let's go ahead and send you guys. Massacre at Sycamore Street. A terrified man reports that people are being killed in the house next door. They're screaming and yelling like someone's being cut wide open. That sounds fake, so I will ignore that. The excavator is weaving along the road, plowing snow left and right. The cab door is open and a drunk man is driving and singing wildly. Let's hurry to the excavator. Yeah, okay. Galilahi, go. The cop managed to leap into the excavator's cab and arrest the criminal. Good. We found us some whiskey. Let's finish off your intelligence, Galilahi. The neighbors are alive, but they were just watching Bloody Shirt 5 at full volume. That's what I figured. Drug sales at the registry office. Some newlyweds are complaining that someone's selling drugs at the entrance to the registry office. A guy and a girl approached us and offered to sell us some drugs. Or sell us some powder to help get our courage up. After all, we're taking an oath that'll last us for life. But why use powder when there's love? Alright, I'm okay with this group. Go. A guy and a girl, both wearing backpacks, are huddled around the corner of the registry office, peeking out for potential customers. Sneak up on them. French. Yeah, French. Go do that. The cop managed to sneak up on the suspects and arrest them. It turned out that the couple were trying to save up for their own wedding by selling drugs to newlyweds. Got some cocaine. Good.
540 in progress.
Harassment at the city center. A man with no pants on is giving bouquets of herbs to women on the street and groping them. According to eyewitnesses, he's yelling about Bobos, the forest spirit of fertility. Alright, let's go bottom up. Yeah, I'm okay with this group. Attempted murder at the municipal center. A widow in hysterics reports that there's a woman in a red cloak at the cemetery who is somehow making the crows cry and hungrily attacks the griever. Okay, I think it's fake, so I'm gonna ignore it. A man in a fur hat and no pants is holding out a grassy bouquet to a little girl saying, Bobo sees the great fertility hidden inside you. When you grow up, you'll give birth to a dozen children or more. Sneak up on the old man. Frazier, go.
540.
The cop managed to sneak up on the man and arrest him. The bouquet was left lying on the asphalt. Alright, let's finish off your intelligence. Let's work on your shooting. Let's work on your strength. Nash, I was in the woods with the soldier, and when we saw the circus tent, well, I've got to admit it, I panicked. I remember the clowns from my childhood, and without a couple of sips of Armagnac for courage, I wouldn't have been able to handle it, but now I'm feeling better. We don't have enough guys in the whole police station to take out these cocksuckers. They must have 20 people sitting in the main tent, and there's just as many spread out across the surrounding area. When a deer accidentally ran into the circus and broke through the fence, the whole crowd immediately jumped up, and under orders of some fucker in a blue coat, they filled the creature full of lead. We'll need to proceed quietly and carefully. The camp is lit up like a Christmas tree, but the generator that feeds the area is throwing up sparks. If you short it out just in the right way, it'll catch that hefty tent fabric on fire and everyone sitting inside will burn. There is also barrels of fuel around the perimeter. If we cut holes in them, they would spread fire throughout the camp. I just hope we can get back out of there fast enough. Okay. Let's gather some intel, sending somebody to wiretap. Okay, let's leave that for later then. Theft at Jameson Hill. A man has stolen the TV from Mr. Schick's house and is dragging it away on a sled. Alright, bottom up then. Oop, horseman will not go, it's late. Alright, you should be good. Attempted murder. The crows were just circling over a fresh, baldy bird grave. Nobody except the elderly widower saw a woman in a red cloak. Alright. Prostitution at the water tower. An eyewitness reports that a prostitute is hanging around by the water tower offering extreme services. Huh. Alright, let's go ahead and get her bottom up. The horseman will not go anywhere, that's right. Let's see, what do you guys get? You should be fine. Go. Secret of the burning something. Secret of the burning barrel. We got a couple of frames for the farmer. Let's see if anything works. That's the farmer approaches. Farmer pours gasoline over the shed. Lights Molotov cocktail. I don't think the farmer warms his head at the burning barrel in company of the homeless people, so we're still missing frames for that. Now this one, the mystery of the missing corpse. We are definitely still missing frames as well, so we're gonna hold off on that. A man in a ski mask is struggling to drag a TV along on a sled. There's also a tire iron on the sled. Wow, alright. Well, let's just order him to stop. Penkin, you go do that. The criminal obeyed the cop and surrendered. It turned out that he wanted to put the TV in his disabled mother's house. Her old TV broke. Alright, we got a TV. Up your intelligence. Up your negotiation. Ooh, finish off your strength. Penkin, you're turning out to be an okay cop. A prostitute, along with an obese client, is scrambling up the stairs of the water tower. Climb up after them. Clayton, you do that. The cop scrambles up the stairs to the top of the water tower. The prostitute and her client have already gone at it. At the very edge of the tower, sneak up on them. Stealth, you. The cop managed to sneak up on the prostitute and handcuff her as she was servicing her client. Let's finish up your stealth. Alright, that's the end of the day. Let's send somebody to gather intel at this. Hopefully somebody with high stealth. Flower pots, go do that. We got 30 taps today, which we will not end up spending because there is not a lot of options for us to grab. Okay, 47 out of 58. Flower pots didn't come into work. Musica did not. Horsemoon did not. Mulligan did not. Not reading at Birch, no. Not reading at Stockman, no. Not reading at Hallis, no. Okay, so I'm gonna have Age investigate the missing corpse, looking into the troublemaker. And then we will have Stockman investigate the burning barrel, looking into the farmer. Your cop returned with intel and new information. Alright. Mr. Nash, things are going great at the theater. Here's your share, 305. Child abuse at the water tower. A drunken stepfather is dragging his 10-year-old boy to the top of the water tower to teach him a lesson. Alright. Oh, imprisonment at the old church. A homeless man got into the church, tied up the priest, and locked all the doors. Dang, this is fun. Moose blood from Dr. Kinane. Mr. Nash, you probably don't know this, but for the past 8 years, every winter we've been giving Sharpwood's cops a dose of so-called moose blood. Don't worry, there's no voodoo involved. It's just a mixture of vitamins and nutrients to strengthen the immune system and gives vivacity in our region. All civil servants whose work involves physical exertion are obliged to receive moose blood injection before the cold gets worse. According to the calendar, today's the day we should do it, but the medical delivery from Garensburg was delayed for a couple of days because of the bad road conditions. Of course, we could use my personal supply of moose blood and carry out the procedure in the next few hours. Might be a good idea if you don't want your cops falling off their feet, but you'd have to cover my expenses. I swear I'm not making anything off of this. It's just to reimburse my costs. So you want to do it? Okay, from what I remember, this can have different effects, so let's just say yes. It's less than 2k. A drunken stepfather has his boy by the ankles and is hanging him over the edge of the water tower. You touch my cigarettes again and I'll drop you from here. You got that, asshole? Wow, alright. Let's order him to let go of the boy. Sound like
534 complete.
the drunken stepfather listens to the cop and puts the boy down. The police arrest the man and the boy is fine. Good. Got some cigarettes. Counterfeiting at North Star grocery store. A woman claims that she was given a counterfeit bill. I worked in the mint for 60 years and I can tell by touch if a bill is the real thing or a cheap forgery. Okay, I think that's false alarm, so I'm gonna ignore it. Nash, Canadian came to inject us with moose blood, but I refused. My mother recently read somewhere that pharmaceutical corporations are cashing in on us. And all these vitamins and vaccines and other rubbish are worse than useless. They can actually cause cancer, so I pass. I'm not completely out of my mind, you know. Okay? Negotiator from Sean Lynch. Mr. Nash, I'm a negotiation instructor at the Garensburg Police Academy. I'm here in Sharpwood for the first time. Came up to relax with some friends. They started talking down about the local police and I thought I'd take a little time out of my vacation off for my services. I'd like to give a short lecture for your subordinates, share my experience as a negotiator, and suggest a couple of tricks. I promise they won't get bored. In return, I asked for just a symbolic amount for beer and gasoline. It's a long drive back to Garensburg, you know. Sure, it's only $2.50. The church doors are closed and inside there's the sound of crashing and indiscriminate men's screams. Okay, pick the door lock, Fraser. The cop breaks open the door and quietly enters the church. The priest is tied to a chair and next to him is a plastic fuel canister. A large bum armed with an iron pipe is smashing everything that catches his eye. Sneak up on the homeless man. Fraser, you do that.
546.
The cop managed to sneak up on the homeless and neutralize him. The criminal immediately repented. According to the bum, something strange was happening to him. War and peace are waging a battle inside me. The priest got off with a fright. Okay, let's give you negotiation. Let's finish off your negotiation. Carjacking at the city center. An eyewitness reports that a man is trying to hijack a truck filled with boxes of beer. Ah, good lord, Galen Woolback always smells like shit, but today is just too fucking much. Look, Nash, you can do whatever you want, but I'm not going anywhere in a car with him. Okay, fine. Bellman, get out of there then. Meridian, go. Assault at the Beltway. A man went to pick up a roadside prostitute, but became furious when he saw his own daughter. But when he saw his daughter was there too, he pulled off his belt and is determined to teach his fallen daughter a lesson she won't soon forget. Alright, let's just go bottom up. Alright, that should be good enough. The man is streaking through the wires under the dashboard of a truck. It looks like he's trying to hotwire the ignition. Alright, order the man to exit the cab. Brodka. The criminal obeyed the cop and surrendered. The boxes of beer are safe. We got some boxes of beer. And let's give you stealth. Let's finish off your negotiation. Mandatory holiday. Mr. Nash, the last few days have been pretty tense. All the guys at the station have been working their butts off, and we deserve a little rest, like everybody else, right? We wanted to stay behind a little after work and blow off some steam. We passed the hat and got some food, but we need to grab some alcohol too. One of the guys said that you've got 3 boxes of beer stashed away, and maybe you could pour us a mug for a job well done, so to speak. And we'll drink to you too. It's high time we celebrate your placement here in the department. Sure, that feels like it would increase loyalty. Yep, there it is. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. An old woman simply had a freshly printed bill and was mistaken in sounding the alarm. That figures. We got Jerry Winden from the Nastran Correctional Facility. Mr. Nash, and I know you, like any normal person, hates bandits and murderers who piss on our laws. I work as a security guard at Nastran Prison, so I have to deal with these scumbags every day. There's one who refuses to listen to authority. Tells me I'm infringing on his constitutional rights and refuses to play by our, prison rules. A freak needs to be taught a lesson, but it's too easy to just throw him into a cell with a crazy faggot. I came up with something a little more interesting, something that'll mess up his life for sure. I'll arrange everything so this bastard thinks he has a shot at escaping. One he won't be able to resist. All I need from you is a quick cop to wait in ambush and then jump out and arrest the fugitive once he makes a break for it. Then the scumbag will get 10 more years for trying to escape, and for your help, I'll give you all the goods we got in the prison shop. Okay, someone with high speed, huh? She needs assault with a deadly weapon at Apollo Stokes Cafe. An old man with a sawed-off shotgun came into the cafe and threatened 2 guys who were sitting at a table in the corner. This should be perfectly fine to send him. A man carrying a belt is chasing a scantily clad girl around a dark sedan. Use the baton. Love this. The cop swung his baton, stunning the man carrying the belt. The angry father fell into the ground and was easy prey for the police. Let us up your negotiation. Let's up your speed. Empty out your pockets or I'll kill you both. The old man is yelling and shoots the sawed-off shotgun into the air. White plaster from the ceiling falls on the frightened guys. One of them tries to hide under the table. The waiter stands frozen, carrying a tray. Okay. Order him to throw down the shotgun, Percy. The old man obeyed the cop and surrendered. Apparently, the old man believed that the guy stole his golden pocket watch when they came to clean his roof, and he took justice in his own hands. But while the cop had the criminal pinned to the floor, the pocket watch fell out of his jacket. Classic. Got paprika. Alright, let's work on your speed, McGuire. Mr. Nash, wow, your 6th sense working overtime, or did the Force Spirit come warning you in a dream? One scumbag really did try to escape from prison, but I caught up with him right away and put his face in the dirt. That prison guard sure was glad I was nearby. Thanks, Shinny. Got a coffee, cigarettes, toilet paper. The secrets of the burning barrel. Okay, we got more frames for the farmer. Farmer locks a door with a bolt. Okay. How about that? Okay, so it's Nicholas Barrett, member of the Spinach Berserks gang, burned down a shed to deal with the homeless under orders from his gang. Let's indict him. Yeah, that's in the evenings, Nicholas Barrett likes to train with iron, which is easy to find lying around the abandoned railway station. Ooh, plain view is perfect. Alright, let's send you there. And then there is the mystery of the missing corpse. So, let's see here. Troublemaker opens the door to the morgue with a key. Sedan leaves is probably the last. Alright. So she opens the freezer out and crosses being held. Rolls out his body. Puts his body in the back seat. We have Michelle Munson, the late Alan Cross's mistress. She stole the keys from the pathologist, made a plasticine mold. Oh, that's why there's plasticine. Threw the keys under the table and made a duplicate key from the cast. Then she opened the mortuary door with her key and stole Alan Cross's body, so she could bury her beloved by herself without involving his hated family. Right, let's indict her. Michelle Manson works in the prison administration, lives in an apartment that she got from her grandmother. Alright, okay, and Mr. Nash, I'm tired as a dog, I need some rest. Alright, Kurosawa, jeez. Where'd that go? And then let's send other people in the other address. We arrested Michelle Munson, good. Tomorrow, Judge Trent will consider the case of the mystery of the missing corpse, in which Michelle Munson will be charged as a defendant. Arrest of Nicholas Barrett. Offender caught. Good. Okay, let's work on your strength. Let's work on your negotiation. Let's work on your intelligence. And now we can interrogate Nicholas Barrett. I hear you like to lift iron at the abandoned railway station. What, you don't have the money to afford normal dumbbells? It's not about the money. My farm brings a good income. It's all about the load. If you really want to be ready for any extreme situation, then you have to train in extreme conditions, not in the comfort of home with cushions and dumbbells. 100-pound barbell and 100-pound cross tie weigh the same thing on the scale, but you try to stand there holding a cross tie in your hands. So you like extreme situations? Where do you think that come from? From serving in the army? Did they teach you how to make Molotov cocktails? Yes, I learned a lot in the army, but most importantly, in the long run, a normal life always has to be protected at the cost of another life. That's why you burned those homeless folks at the dump, right? Defended normal life from vice and corruption by killing those who don't live right? Yes, it wasn't easy, but I'm proud of how it turned out, although this is nothing compared to what our leader has done. The criminal told you everything he knew, alright? Now we have the Code I massacre at Justice Trent's Park. An unknown person fired several shots and caused an explosion at the park. The victims are several old people who played dominoes there. Bro. Let's send McGuire. Investigation started. Mac McGuire interrogated some of the witnesses and prepared a preliminary report for bloody dominoes. Let's open the investigation. An unknown person fired several shots and caused an explosion at the park. The victims are several old people who played dominoes there. Old people playing dominoes in the park? The hand of an old man who was torn apart by the explosion. There's the man in the jeep or the man on the motorcycle as our suspects. According to Vahid Balboni, the garbage truck driver. I hate motorcycles. They cut me off all the time. Here I am emptying garbage bins around. You'd think there wouldn't be a quieter place in the world. There's no cars around, one mother walking with her children and old men drinking harmlessly. And then a motorcycle jumps out, driving right through the park, straight ahead, running right at me. It's a fact they call those guys organ donors. Why they got to drive like that? Gwen Hawk, a homeless guy. I like to sleep during the day. I heard it makes you live longer, and I want to live to be 120 years old, just like my grandmother. So I was sleeping on the bench, but then some kind of noise woke me up. It was like a gunshot, and then there was an explosion, and everything was quiet after that. I couldn't see anything because I was too far away, and my eyesight isn't too great either. But then I found out who they killed, and I knew right away who the murderer was. It's the son of one of the old men who were murdered. He thought he was getting an inheritance, but his dad who's a former military man, but now a retired drunkard, wrote a new will, leaving everything to his domino friends. The scandal was the talk of the park. I still remember the kid, always so slick, riding his motorcycle. You should have seen how he flew out of here. Well, I think the son decided to take them all out in one swoop, to get back his inheritance. That's exactly why I never wanted to have children. There are all indications of a powerful explosion at the crime scene. Judging by the splintering and the nature of damage, the offender used a grenade launcher. Next to one of the corpses of the elderly, a small caliber pistol was found. It seems to have been recently shot. There are several tire marks around the park, but it's difficult to identify the vehicles because the tracks are obscured by the frozen dirt and snow. The table that the deceased hid behind was flipped upside down and smashed by the explosion. The table's top shows shrapnel and bullet holes. Both large caliber and small bore shells were found at the crime scene. It seems either that there was an exchange of gunfire or the offender brought several types of weapons. Alright, let's end the day. Let's send somebody to wiretap this location. Age, you go ahead and wiretap them. 25 tabs, which we will not end up using. Let's acquire everything we can. Alright, 50 out of 58 cops. Let's go.